visit the defending national champions, the Wisconsin Badgers.
And it should be an exciting matchup we got here, both winning their conference championships and both coming in on a pretty hot winning streak. The Bobcats 7-0 coming in, while the Badgers are 18-0 coming in. So we got an exciting matchup for us ahead.
We're just set to get underway here. First serve, Quinnipiac will start things off. It is the player to watch, Ari Diaz. She leads the Bobcats with 333 kills on the season. A couple more players to look out for Quinnipiac. The Turkish freshman sisters, Damla and Yağmur Güneş, as here comes Diaz on the first serve. And what a way to start. Devin Robinson, the first point of the night, Wisconsin lead.
And Devin Robinson, what a huge powerhouse from Wisconsin, putting up big numbers all over the place for this team this year.
And now here comes Julia Orjol for Wisconsin. The overpass capitalized by Sarah Franklin. Slams it down. And Orjol will go again. Wisconsin, 2 big points early on. That one's just long. A hitting error going against Quinnipiac. Wisconsin have a 3-0 lead now. And this is sort of how a lot of people would expect this game to go. Of course, the defending national champs, Wisconsin, Quinnipiac in their first game in NCAA tournament history, as that's an error from Julia Orjol. Quinnipiac get it back.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how the Bobcats can respond to the Badgers going up 3-0 in a packed field house with tons of screaming, going crazy fans.
Quinnipiac have it again, going back to serve. It's Güneş. Another kill. Robinson again. Never in doubt. Second kill of the night for Devin Robinson. And now Gülce Güçtekin back to serve for the Badgers. Both liberos getting in on the action here. What a rally. And finally it ends. Devin Robinson again. 3 kills already. And after a very long rally, a hard-fought rally from both teams, Wisconsin come out victorious. It's 5-1.
And Devin Robinson already over her season average, where she's normally averaging 2.78 kills per set.
And she's already got 3. How about that? Nicely kept alive by the Bobcats. And Franklin's hit trickles off the net and goes out of bounds. Quinnipiac get the point. And that is much needed for the Bobcats. Nicole Legg back to serve for Quinnipiac. And Franklin slams it down. Nicole Legg was there, but it went all the way back over and out. Wisconsin get the point. And now coming in for Wisconsin, one of the best servers they have, MJ Hamill. 31 service aces this season. And at some very vital times as well. Well, Quinnipiac missed it, but it somehow worked in their favor. It was a trick play, but I'm not sure they meant to do it. But a point is a point. Quinnipiac get it back.
And as you can see, we got head coach for the Bobcats, Kyle Robinson, his 4th season with the team and taking them to their first ever tournament appearance.
And what a moment for him and his team. But that serve goes long from Dom Lagunesh, and Wisconsin get it right back. And now Sarah Franklin, the hard-hitting Sarah Franklin, will go to the line to serve. Off the Jumbotron, can they keep it alive? They can. Good awareness there from Quinnipiac. And Smrek slams it, not quite down enough, and it's out of bounds. Ginevra Giovagnani. Back to serve for Quinnipiac from Montale Rangione, Italy. Nearly had the ace. Franklin was sprawling. Orzo out of bounds. Another hitting error for Wisconsin. And Quinnipiac finding their way back at 7-5. A couple of rare miscues from the Wisconsin hitters. First Anna Smrek, now Yulia Orzo. An overpass hits the antenna, another error for Wisconsin, and Quinnipiac within 1.
And that's something that the Bobcats really got to capitalize on, because the Badgers seem to making some early errors, and the Bobcats can capitalize on that. The game could start to switch into their favor.
Anna Smrek gets the kill. Nearly saving it was Kim Zolmoy. But Smrek, after that mistake she had, gets one back with a kill. Caroline Crawford to serve. It's short into the net. Big break for Quinnipiac. They'll take full advantage of that. And now back to serve the libero for Vi Kim Zolmoy. Orzo with the tip, and she got it. Into the garden. Nobody there to get it for Quinnipiac. Perfectly placed by Yulia Orzo.
And such an impressive team play with that. Some players pretending like they're going to hit the ball and following through with that to kind of trick the Bobcats.
And it certainly worked. Izzy Ashburn. Wisconsin got the block. Robinson teaming up with Hart. And the Badgers showing their extremely effective block. One of the best in the nation. Ashburn, but it's kept alive by Diaz off her chest. And then the tip is wide from Gunesh. And what a serve from Izzy Ashburn. And that'll force a timeout called by Quinnipiac. We'll be right back. Wisconsin lead 11-7. And we are back. Wisconsin lead 11-7. They do have the lead, but the Bobcats keeping it close. And Izzy Ashburn back to serve for the Badgers. Izzy averaging .41 service aces per set, most among any Wisconsin Badger volleyball player in history. That one is long from Giovagnoni, and Wisconsin have the point. Ashburn back again to serve, and that is someone you do not want to let get hot, is Izzy Ashburn from the line. And Quinnipiac get the kill. Yalmur Gunish. And now we're back to row one for Quinnipiac, Ari Diaz. She's got 37 service aces to her name this season. One of the most successful servers in the NAAC. Didn't catch it there, Danielle Hart. Went off the net, nearly fell in, but it was out. Quinnipiac catch a break. How close was that? Ari Diaz back at it again. Franklin from the back row gets the kill. Glances off of Kimsel Moy and into the crowd. I mean, how are you meant to stop that from Sarah Franklin?
No, she's been so crucial to this Badgers team, and really, what's this team this year without Sarah Franklin?
A bit of a miscue there from Guchtekin. Not something we see often from her. May have slipped, but a little bit too much on that, going over the net and out of play. Yalmur Gunish back at the line for Quinnipiac. One of a few players with 30-plus service aces for Quinnipiac this season. Franklin's hit is out, no tip. Quinnipiac win the point, and they're within two. And this is a little bit closer than I think a lot of people expected. And we'll see if Quinnipiac can keep their heads here, because they are on their way back. But that one is long from Gunish, an error for her, number 48 this season, and that one's going to hurt a little bit. Gulje Guchtekin. Franklin, it's in. Huge kill, Sarah Franklin. Wisconsin's number 13 with yet another kill.
And Sarah Franklin also getting her third of the night, so matching Devin Robinson.
The overpass capitalized by Caroline Crawford, getting the kill. Took a touch off the block, but got the kill nevertheless. Guchtekin back to serve again. Badgers lead by 5. The tip is read perfectly by Crawford and put back down. Wisconsin now leads 17-11. After the points were just 2 apart just moments ago. Wisconsin now running away with this first set. Quinnipiac still with 1 timeout, remember. Through the block, but kept alive. And Robinson didn't get much on that tip. Quinnipiac will take it. Nicole Legg to serve.
Well, what an impressive dive to keep that ball alive and keep Wisconsin in that rally.
34 aces for Nicole this season. Robinson gets the kill. Quinnipiac nearly had the block. Robinson able to get through it. MJ Hamill back to serve. And Wisconsin with another block. Smrek and Crawford teaming up this time.
And yeah, it just looked like a little bit of a miscommunication on Quinnipiac's end. Just players kind of running into each other, obviously leading to this timeout.
Timeout called by the Bobcats. Last of the set. We'll be right back. Back after that timeout called by Quinnipiac.
And I think that was a really smart timeout call because last time we saw him call a timeout while Wisconsin was on a bit of a run, Quinnipiac came back and made the score to 2 points. So they're trying to do the same before Wisconsin can try to take away the set.
Badgers lead 19-12. MJ Hamill, after being iced, will go again from the line. Franklin gets it back in the court. And another miscue. Julia Orgel tried to set it over. A bit short though. And Dom Lagunish. Her and her sister Yama have been very important components of this team. The two freshmen both have had a very successful season en route to a very successful Quinnipiac season. And that one took a deflection. It's a kill for Quinnipiac. And here's another hard hitter coming in for Wisconsin, Jade Demps. And Quinnipiac will get called for a double. But a good rally, a good job there from Quinnipiac to keep that alive. All things considered, they are doing well to contain Wisconsin. They've been doing pretty well compared to some of the Big Ten teams that Wisconsin has beaten, some of the ranked teams Wisconsin has beaten. Shows Quinnipiac is here to play. Relentless. Anna Smrek gets the kill for the Badgers. And they are 4 points away from taking set number 1.
And she is someone who had kind of a slower start to the season, but finishing off at Nebraska and Ohio State last week, had a season high of 11 kills.
She is in postseason form. Diaz gets the kill for Quinnipiac. And we've mentioned, of course, how important Diaz is to this Bobcats team. But it's not often you see an outside hitter, anyone in the front row, at 5'4". And Quinnipiac, the shortest average team in the tournament, but they can really jump and they have some power behind their hits. Getting a kill there, Jade Demps wound up for the kill, decided to go with a little bit less power, caught Quinnipiac off guard, and it's 22-15. Caroline Crawford back to serve for Wisconsin. And Wisconsin at the point, not sure if they got hands to the block. Hit looked a bit low. Wisconsin have the point anyway. 23-15, they're 2 away now. Can Quinnipiac hold on? And to a lot of cheers, it's Liz Grigorski. Only played 2 sets in 2 matches last season because of an injury, an ACL injury, but she is back. And gets the ace, Liz Grigorski. And now everybody on their feet in the field house. It is set point. Grigorski back again.
And it's going to be really tough for the Bobcats to hold this off with the place rocking, kind of getting in their heads, but they got to tune in and focus to prevent this set from ending.
Quinnipiac looking to stay alive. Wisconsin have other plans. And that is out. Wisconsin win the first set 25-15. We'll be right back for set number 2. You see how Quinnipiac can respond. Wisconsin very dominant, but again, as we said, Quinnipiac not giving up. And this is, of course, we mentioned many times before, their first ever time in this tournament as a program.
And that's definitely no thanks to Ariana Diaz, who leads the team right now with 2 kills so far this game.
So starting things off is Izzy Ashburn for Wisconsin, one of the best servers in the history of this program, in the history of the Big Ten. We'll see what she can do to start off this second set. And tipped down, getting a hand to it, Devin Robinson. Izzy Ashburn again from the line. Perfectly placed. Jade Demps with the kill this time. And again, we see Wisconsin going out on top 2-0 like they did in the first set.
Yeah, they just come out swinging, but like we mentioned, Quinnipiac knows how to respond, and they can bounce back.
That one knocking Gigi to the floor. The power from Diaz. Goes again, it gets blocked, but it's out. And a kill from Ari Diaz. Sheer power from her. And now she'll go back to serve. The Miami, Florida native. On the brink of 40 aces on the season. Still kept alive by Quinnipiac. And straight down, Danielle Hart. And now Jade Demps back to serve. Only has a couple of service aces this season. Doesn't serve very often. We'll have her chance here. And gets the dig. And it's finished off. Devin Robinson.
And you can hear the excitement in the field house as she gets her 6th kill of the night.
She really did come to play. On fire tonight. Just barely, you could hear the groans from the crowd. Hit the top of the net. And just came back on the side of Wisconsin. Quinnipiac get it back. Much needed. Yammer Gunish now at the line. The outside hitter for Quinnipiac. Got help with the net. Nearly threw Wisconsin off. But clearly not enough. Another kill. Devin Robinson. Ilje Guchteken has been such an important part of this Wisconsin team all season long. He's only missed 3 matches. Those were to a slight injury. Other than that, she's been lights out. And that is out. Wisconsin get the point. And their bench are running circles around Jocelyn Boyer. Gigi back to serve again. What a play by Gigi to keep that alive. And that one goes into the block. Caroline Crawford. And that forces a timeout. Quinnipiac takes their first timeout of the set. We'll be right back. Wisconsin leads 7-2.
Reese's, Dove, Uber Eats, and Wendy's. Their support and
And we are back. Wisconsin leads 7-2 in the second set. Quinnipiac taking timeout. As I mentioned, Rachel, the timeouts they took in the first set really helped them to gather themselves and get some points on the board.
Yeah, they're hoping that this will be the same for this set.
Guje Guchtekin still back to serve for the Badgers. Through the block, and it's a kill. Ginevra Giovagnoni. And you can hear the student section singing loudly. The spirits are high here in Madison. Nicole Legg back for Quinnipiac. And it's a kill. Devin Robinson. The singing turning to cheering. Wisconsin, another kill.
And the Bobcats have not been able to stop Devin Robinson from hitting to that particular spot. That is probably her fourth kill that she's gone to that same exact spot, and she seems to be on fire so far this game.
They cannot seem to close that spot. Finding that gap every single time. Why not?
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. MJ Hamill. Seemed like that was going wrong. Quinnipiac not taking any chances though. Franklin gets the kill. And Lexi Morse didn't know much about it. Couldn't keep it alive. Yet another one from Sarah Franklin. Hamill again. Coach Sheffield giving a specific area to Hamill on where to serve this ball. That one is out, no touch. Wisconsin have the point. It's 10-3 now. Out to a 7-point lead for the Badgers. MJ Hamill's on a run. The 6'2 junior from Indiana. Going in that same spot again. From the back row, kept alive. Blocked, but still up. And Franklin tried the roll shot, but it was a miss hit from her. Not often we see something like that from her. And here is Damla Gunish. Franklin, no mistake that time. Getting one back for Wisconsin. And that's the thing about Sarah Franklin. She will make a mistake once in a while, as everyone does, but she gets it right back, right away. She's so good at coming back after a mistake and answering with a kill. And she missed it. Lexi Morse is not going to want to look at that one again. Miscue from her. Keeping her head up though. And we go again, Sarah Franklin from the line. It's 12-4 Wisconsin. Into the crowd, over the bench, another kill. Jade Demps for Wisconsin. And that will force a timeout, the final of the set for Quinnipiac. Wisconsin lead 13-4. Mountain to climb for Quinnipiac. We'll be right back. Serve, continue her run. looking to not skip a beat. Sarah Franklin, one of the most consistent players Wisconsin has, the former Michigan State Spartan in her first season in Madison. And that's an ace, Sarah Franklin. Number 16 this season. And she'll go again, Sarah Franklin. Getting things done everywhere on the court tonight. Out, but hit the antenna as well. A violation, and Wisconsin have the point, 15-4.
And Quinnipiac just hasn't been able to respond because Wisconsin's on a 5-0 run, so timeout not really working to try and get that momentum back in their court.
Bit of a surprise, because usually those timeouts do work for the Bobcats, but not in this set. Diaz with the kill, and she is hyped up after that one. Trying to bring that energy to her team as well. The energy seems low, not only on the court for Quinnipiac, but on the bench as well.
Yeah, and that's her fourth kill of the night, bringing the kills for both teams. Wisconsin has 22, while Quinnipiac only has 7, so looking to get more to kind of even out the score.
Giovanni with the serve. Gets the dig, but it goes out, so a kill for Wisconsin. Caroline Crawford with that one. Chanel Bramschreiber, everyone on their feet for her. When Guchtekin was hurt, Bramschreiber stepped in the libero position and was amazing for Wisconsin. She's back with the serve now. The tip, but on the net from Jade Demps. And what's interesting is Wisconsin up front have been struggling with the tips. And they don't tip often, but when they have in this game, it's been a struggle. They've gone to the net, they've gone out, they've gone straight to the libero on Quinnipiac. Hasn't quite been working for them. That one is long. A service error. Provide Kimsel Moy, another one. And Wisconsin get the ball right back. And Izzy Ashburn. At the line for Wisconsin. What a serve. Can it be kept alive? It can. And straight down, Danielle Hart. And Ashburn back to serve again, but what a kill from Danielle Hart. Of course, coming off an ACL injury in 2021.
And speaking of Danielle Hart, she ranks 6th nationally and 3rd in the Big Ten with 1.53 blocks per set. So just an impressive player to have for the Wisconsin Badgers.
Wisconsin in the net, Quinnipiac take the point. And this could be used as a momentum shifter for the Bobcats. Ari Diaz, the senior, in what could be her final year with the Bobcats. Looking to go out with a bang. Franklin from the back row again, another kill, Sarah Franklin. And here's another fan favorite in Madison, Jocelyn Boyer back to serve. Had a knee injury to start the season, missed the first 13 matches, returned against Purdue later on, and she's back to serve here. And she gets the ace. Jocelyn Boyer. And Quinnipiac looked flustered. Boyer again, following an ace. Blocked and not kept alive. Badger block comes up big again.
And Wisconsin has just completely taken over this set, going 21-7 right now. On a 3-0 scoring run, so super impressive play by the Badgers.
Well, they got the hand of the block, but wasn't quite tight enough. Quinnipiac get the point, get the kill. Big for them. Yammer Gunesh needs to provide Quinnipiac with a lifeline.
And she's the girl to do it, making a huge impact for the Bobcats, earning the All-MAAC rookie team this season.
Big part of that Bobcat team, Wisconsin with another kill. It's 22-8. No more timeouts left for Quinnipiac. And the fans are getting loud again. Gulje Gutstekin back to serve. Just 3 more points to take a 2-0 set lead. But it's not quite over for the Bobcats. They are still in this. Guess who? Devin Robinson. It is her night. Another big kill from Robinson.
Getting her 10th of the night too, so super impressive player. Having more kills than the Quinnipiac team total.
Franklin with the kill. Robinson, then Franklin. The dynamic duo for Wisconsin. And the fans rise again. Set point. Gulje Gutstekin. On a good serving run. Looking to end it for the Badgers. They'll have to wait. They stay alive. Giovagnoni. And Nicole Legg back to serve. Fans on their feet, student section jumping around. An overpass kept in there. And put back down by McCaw in only her second set appearance in the entire season. Finishes off the second set. Wisconsin win it 25-9. We'll be right back for set number 3. And we are back for set number 3. Wisconsin 25 points away from advancing to the next round. Take a look at some of the scores on our side of the bracket here in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, we have number 5 UCF winning 3-0 against Yale. We have number 4 Penn State winning 3-0 against UMBC, and then number 3 Florida State also winning 3-0 against Florida A&M. And then an important one to note: TCU beat the number 8 seed Washington 3-1, and they will play the winner of this match going on right now tonight.
So that match happened before the Wisconsin Quinnipiac match. And as you said, TCU coming away with the shock win in 4 sets. The question is, who will play them tomorrow here at the Fieldhouse? Will it be Wisconsin, or will we see a comeback win from Quinnipiac? Joust at the net. Orjol wins it, going up against Gunesh. And now Orgel back to serve. Didn't play much in the second set, finding her way back on the court and starting things off with a kill. Miscommunication between Orgel and Ashburn as she apologizes for that. And Quinnipiac tied up at 1. And now here's the chance that they need to get the go-ahead.
And if they do, that'll be their first time having a lead this entire match.
We'll see what Yammer Gunish can do from the line. Huge block again, Danielle Hart. A straight down block from her. One of the best blockers in the country.
Just so impressive. You just see that teamwork that Wisconsin team has, and they just play so, so well together.
That one goes long. No touch at all. Wisconsin get the point. It's 3-1. Quinnipiac just need to calm down a little bit. Get into system. Relax. Game's far from over.
Exactly, and you mentioned getting relaxed, but it would not be smart to call a timeout right now so early on in the set, even though they might need it to calm them down.
And they can't get around the block. Crawford and Robinson teaming up for one there. Badgers bench is dancing again. And the Badgers dancing through this set so far. Nicely dug out by Gulje Gutstekin. And then finished off by Jay Demps. And there is the timeout from Quinnipiac. So early on, they already used their first timeout. Wisconsin lead 5-1. We'll be right back. So an early timeout called by Quinnipiac. Wisconsin up 5-1, still very, very early. And I'm sure the Bobcats aren't happy to burn a timeout that early on in the third set. A lot of volleyball to play here. We'll see if this timeout worked. Gigi back to serve for Wisconsin. Gets the tip, gets the kill. Jay Demps, another. Perfectly placed tip. And that's something that we said Wisconsin was struggling with in the last set. They seem to have cleaned it up already. They've already got 2 tip kills in their 6 points this set. Devin Robinson slams that one down for a kill.
And I just think this Wisconsin team is too hot to even try and quiet them down, especially when you have a packed field house going crazy and just the atmosphere, the players on the bench are loving it, dancing along to the music. It's going to be hard to kind of get that momentum back for them.
The Quinnipiac bench, they need to give some energy to their team. It's very, very low energy right now. Uchtekin to serve again. Into the net. Rare service error from Gigi. And now Nicole Legg back to serve for Quinnipiac. Down by 5. The Bobcats need something here in the third. And they'll take that. That one's out. Quinnipiac get the point. The one they wanted. And Alexandra Tenin playing in the front row now for Quinnipiac. Her first appearance of the night. But it's Legg back to serve again. And that one goes long. Jade Demps with the kill. And how much height does she get on that? My goodness. And MJ Hamill now. Nearly got the ace there. And it looks like they'll get called for a double. Wisconsin will take that point with no attacking threat from Quinnipiac. And they've now got a 9-3 lead. It's MJ Hamill again from the line. Very consistent server for the Badgers. Tried the tip, couldn't get it. Went off the antenna. And miscue from Giovagnoni. And the Badgers stay with it. MJ Hamill. An ace, and nobody even touched it for Quinnipiac.
Yeah, just like a miscommunication there by Quinnipiac. Not really sure who's going for it. No one called for it. They kind of all just watched it hit the ground.
And some serious miscommunication there. But a perfect ace, perfect placement to confuse the defense of the Bobcats from MJ Hamill. Miscommunication from Quinnipiac, forcing a free ball to be sent over for the Badgers. Doing well to keep it alive, though. Until now. Caroline Crawford. CC another kill. And there is the final timeout of the set called by Quinnipiac. Wisconsin lead 12-3. We'll be right back. Wisconsin lead 12-3. It's the newcomers versus the champions. Wisconsin really showing their tournament experience, and I suppose Quinnipiac doing the same thing. MJ Hamill at the line to continue her serving run. She's on a hot streak. Wisconsin on a 5-0 scoring run, looking to extend. And they do. Another double called against the Bobcats. And Wisconsin running away with it. And that's a mistake you can't have. It's the second double violation of the set called against Quinnipiac. And if you get blocked or you get slammed down on, that's fine. But those errors from Quinnipiac, those have to go.
Yeah, especially if you want to try to stay competitive with this really hot right now Badger team.
Blocked but kept alive, or so we thought. They'll call a lift. And Wisconsin get the point. And keeping it alive was Geneva Giovagnoni with her back, but then getting called for the lift was Kimsel Moy. Not sure she knew much about that off her back, but a nice up from her. MJ Hamill, Wisconsin keep on going. 7-0 now. And Wisconsin get the point. A fortunate one for them. Going off the antenna there. And the Badger bench is dancing again.
Yeah, you can see the bench having so much fun right now, and that's obviously a reflection to how the Badgers are playing. They can just match each other's energy and have so much fun right now.
And there's an ace. MJ Hamill has been serving for what seems like forever now and gets an amazing ace there, the second of the run from MJ Hamill. Looking for 10 straight points for Wisconsin. It's 16-3. How about another? Back-to-back service aces, MJ Hamill. And you just know that if Quinnipiac had another timeout, they would certainly call one here.
Yeah, unfortunately, they wanted to try and stop it before it got too hot and too late, but unfortunately it just hasn't worked out that way. And MJ Hamill just on a roll tonight.
3 aces for Hamill. Oh, perfectly placed. My word, what a kill. Jade Demps, that was amazing. Inside the 10-foot line as well. Quinnipiac struggling. It is 18-3. Wisconsin now on an 11-0 scoring run. It seems like the Bobcats are way out of system now. It's a nice answer back, and they are pumped with that one. And that's exactly what they needed. Nicely done by Quinnipiac. Dom Lagunish. Took a tip off of Kimsel Moy. Another kill for the Wisconsin Badgers, Jade Demps. And a couple of exciting substitutions now for Wisconsin. Firstly, coming in for the Badgers, Anna McDonald. This will now be her 11th set played all season long. The senior gets a chance to serve now. What a moment for her. And that one's out. It hits the lineswoman. Took that one like a champ and was still able to make the call. And a little fist bump there from Kelly Sheffield. She seems to be okay. 5 points away, Wisconsin. Quinnipiac only have 4. Blocked straight down. Caroline Crawford. What a play. And McDonald will keep on serving. Quinnipiac with no blocks in the entire match. Wisconsin have 9, almost at double figures before Quinnipiac can get just 1. And there's another. And now they do reach double figures. Another block. Wisconsin are rolling.
Yeah, Quinnipiac has just really not had an answer to this Badger team that just keeps pouring and pouring and pouring on, and they can't even quiet them down with no timeouts left.
And another substitution. It's the freshman, Ella Robel. The number 11 ranked player from the state of Illinois after her senior year. The tip is not over, and Wisconsin have 23 to Quinnipiac's 4. And you just wonder what went wrong. Quinnipiac with 15 in the first set, they went down to 9 in the second, and now they've only got 4 in the third. They were doing so well.
I just think they kind of lost their momentum. Once that Badger team got rolling, they just haven't been able to have an answer to that, and that's been their struggle.
An ace, Anna McDonald, her first ace of the season, and it is match point. Match point for Wisconsin to advance to the second round of the NCAA tournament. How can she follow up that ace? Anna McDonald. And the Badgers are moving on. Ella Robel, on her first attempt of the match, wins it for Wisconsin.
And what a just impressive playing by Wisconsin. Once they got rolling, they were just unstoppable in any